Hi, this is Sriham from CSCG section. Topic is dictionary functions. Definition of dictionary and function. Dictionary are Python's interpretation of data structure that is more generally known as associative array. Dictionary consists of a collection of key values where each key value pair maps the key to its associated value. Function definition. In computer programming, a function is named as a selection of code that performs a specific task. This typically involves taking some input, manipulating the input, and returning an output. Introduction. Dictionary is a system of lexemes for a lexicon of one or more specific languages, often arranged alphabetically or by radically and stroke for ideographic languages, which may include information on definition, usage, etymologies, pronunciations, translation, etc. It is a lexicographical reference that shows interrelationship among the data. A broad distinction is made between general and specialized dictionaries. Specialized dictionaries include words in special fields rather than a computer range of words in the language. Lexical items that describe concepts in specific fields are usually called terms instead of words, although there is no consequences whether lexicology and terminology to different fields of study. In theory, in general, dictionaries are supposed to be semasiological, mapping words to definition, while specialized dictionaries are supposed to be onomasical, first identifying concepts and then establishing the term used to designate them. In participate, the two approaches are used for both types. There are other types of dictionaries that do not neatly enter the above distinct. For instance, delivery dictionaries of synonyms and naming dictionaries. The word dictionary is usually understood to refer to a general purpose only dictionary. For some languages like Sanskrit and Greek, the historical dictionary in the scene of a word list explaining the meanings of words that were obsolete at the time of creation was the first form of dictionary developed. Proof not being historical dictionary in the modern scene. They did give a sense of semantic change over time. Early modern European dictionaries also often included a significant historical element without being fully historical in form. For instance, Samuel Johnson's Dictionary of the English Language 1755 introduced quotations from admired writers as well as some words that were obsolete in the mid-18th century. Modern historical interest emerged with the publication of John Jameson's Etymological Dictionary of the Scottish Language 1808. Like modern historical dictionaries, Jamieson attempted to find the earliest use of each word and printed quotations in chronological order, demonstrating the changes which had occurred to the word throughout history. In 1812, the Germanic classicity Francis Bosworth laid out his plan for a comprehensive dictionary of the Greek language which would set out the life story of each single word in a conveniently ordered overview, which has completed as the handworthy version in 1824. This idea was transmitted to the English-speaking world through the work of Liddell and Scott of the Greek-English Lexicon, 1843, based on a translation of Passow's work into English. However, it was not until the beginning of the Cultures Workshop project of the Brothers Grimm in 1838 that a historical dictionary of a modern language was attempted. There is also a contrast between perspective or descriptive dictionaries. The former reflect what is seen as correct use of the language, while the later reflect the recorded actual use. Stylistic indications in formal or in many modern dictionaries are also considered by some to be less than objectively descriptive. All through the first recorded dictionaries date back to Sumerian times. The systematic study of dictionaries as objects of scientific interest themselves is a 20th century enterprise called lexicography, and largely initiated by Ladislav. The birth of the new discipline was not without controversy, that the dictionary makers being sometimes accused by others of astonishing lack of method and critical self-reflection. History. A broad distinction is made between general and specialized dictionaries. Specialized dictionaries include words in specific fields rather than in a computer range of words in the language. Lexical items that describe concepts in specific fields are usually called terms instead of words. To study in theory, general dictionaries are supposed to be mapping, identifying concepts, and then establishing the terms used to designate them. In practice, the two approaches are used for both types. There are other types of dictionaries that do not fit neatly into the above distinction. For instance, dictionaries understood to refer to a general purpose. There is also a contrast between prescriptive or descriptive dictionaries. The former reflect what is seen as correct use of the language, while the later reflect recorded actual use. Stylistic indications in many modern dictionaries are also considered by some to be less than objective descriptive. Although the first recorded dictionaries date to Sumerian times, the systematic study of dictionaries as objects of scientific interest themselves is a 20th century enterprise called lexicography and largely initiated by Matsky Getchwa. The birth of the new discipline was not without controversy. The practical dictionary makes being sometimes accused by others of astonishing lack of method and critical self-reflection. Comprehension. Because of their size and scope, the compilation of historical dictionaries takes significantly longer than the compilation of general dictionaries. It is often expedited by the scholarly nature, socially nature, and limited audience for the works, meaning that the budget is often limited. Historical dictionary projects often survive on a grant-to-grant basis, seeing new funding for each new section of work. Some historical dictionaries, such as Jonathan Leiter's Historical Dictionaries of American Slang, has proven to be expensive for the publisher that they have ended production before the dictionary was completed. Traditionally, historical dictionaries were produced by employing a large number of readers to read an excerpt from historical historical texts into individual pieces of paper, which were the Oxford English Dictionary, for example, established of a reading program at its foundation, which continues of this day. The advent of computerized full-text search database and techniques means the lexicographers can now make use of corpora of documents to gain a more balanced view of the history of a particular word or phrase. Use have noted, however, that electronic search is not a complete replacement for manual quotation gathering, among other things, because though it can help finding examples of a word already known to exist, full text search is less good at identifying which words need to be researched in the first place. Futures. Census of words listed in order they were first used, allowing the development of meaning over time to be seen. Comprehensive etymological information often directly refers in academic research on word history. Use of illustrative quotations complete which quotations of their sources, providing reference and proof of the word's actual existence and use in a given time period. Dates of first use with each word and each sense of each word. If there are quotations in the dictionary, the first quotation is usually the very first example which is known. This is the code of dictionary, code of function. Thank you.